Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? Really like that. You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Tuesday afternoon here inside the studio. Monday, May 5th, commonly known as Cinco de Mayo, big day for the University of Georgia on the recruiting trail as five-star quarterback Jared Curtis announced his commitment to the University of Georgia, and it's led to some dominoes starting to fall, right? Obviously, we talked about last night on the live stream, Jonathan, the quarterback dominoes that we expect to fall. Rider Lions probably eyeing Oregon nowadays because Curtis and Oregon, not a thing. Bo Bentley not going to end up at Georgia now because Curtis is there. Bo Bentley probably eyeing LSU, we believe. Landon Duckworth, another highly talented quarterback, probably circling Ole Miss. Quarterback dominoes going to start to fall, but other five-star dominoes going to start to fall as well. Jonathan, five-star offensive tackle Jackson Cantwell set to announce his commitment May 13th, so just in about of a week time from this video here. And we've been talking about on the network as of late, and I probably misconstrued this because I didn't expect this avenue to open up, but we've been talking about, hey, five-star quarterbacks back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, you sign a dude like Jared Curtis, and he might start attracting other highly talented football players, right? But we're in the day and age of a salary cap, essentially, nowadays. So signing or getting a commitment of a five-star quarterback is expensive, okay? So it might limit your ability to go sign other expensive football players. That's just common sense, right? At least that's the way I applied it. However, what if the five-star quarterback, Jonathan, like Jared Curtis, takes a pay cut to come to Georgia and realizes, all right, Oregon was offering God knows what. Oregon was offering a good bit of money. So was Georgia, a little bit less. I'm going to take a pay cut to go to Georgia. What if a football player like Jared Curtis can lead by example and kind of express to other people, hey, I'm going to take a reasonable size pay cut to go to Georgia because I believe in what they're selling. Why don't you do so, Jackson Cantwell, who, by the way, all reports, all sources indicating to us here on the Film Guy Network, the second most expensive player in this class. Georgia not having been connected in years prior, Jonathan, to being one of these high-paying rosters. We don't see $35 million roster articles getting written about Georgia like we have with the Texas Longhorns. But a lot of momentum here for the Georgia Bulldogs with regards to Jackson Cantwell.
Yeah, and it kind of restores a little bit of faith in college football, hearing that there might be some players and recruits in a class talking about, hey, this is the University of Georgia. We know what they do. They put players in the league. They have proof of concept. They win national titles. I want to go there to be great, and in doing so, I'm not going to go take the highest dollar amount that someone is offering me. So why don't you come join me? We can create a really solid class here, and we'll do the same. And, hey, we'll get our money in the benefit if we do all the things right.
This is a direct quote from a source late last night after the news, obviously, of Jared Curtis and the settling of all that. Quote, I feel a lot more confident that humans can think rational in a rational manner post Jared Curtis's decision. So, yeah, I mean, maybe nowadays it's not going to be – obviously, you're still going to have five stars that go to the highest price tag. You're going to have guys recommit, decommit, flip 5, 6, 7 times trying to get that dollar amount because, hey, the money's not going to be there forever, so you might as well get it now. I don't ever blame young men for making that decision. As for what this player is, right, we talked about it last night on the show. I said, I feel like right now Jackson Cantwell tests like Lane Johnson and plays like Ben Cleveland. There's like a mold of those two football players for me, and I think what that ultimately pans out to is a really, really high playable, winnable right tackle prospect from like day one. You're buying a high floor football player if you land Jackson Cantwell. And the testing numbers, Jonathan, it's the reason the Lane Johnson thing gets thrown in there. The testing numbers on this high school football player right now are absurd. He's 6'7", he's 335 pounds, okay? He runs a 5 flat 40, jumps over 32 inches. Those are all his explosive data metrics. How strong is he? 485-pound bench presser, world class, probably could be an Olympic shot put and discus thrower. I'm talking about going to state title events up there in Missouri, Jonathan, and he's throwing the shot put like 5 meters past second place. That's a ways, all right? That's like 20 feet, I think. My math's not that good. I think it's like 16 feet. He's out here walking past competition in terms of the raw, power metrics. This is a really powerful athlete that is testing like a smooth mover. The film don't say that. We might watch that here in just a second. The film says grunt, just grinder, echo of the whistle, lunch pail athlete. Ben Cleveland, eat squirrels out in your front yard type athlete, all right? But the testing metrics are like, it's weird. It's a very weird thing for me to look at a guy that tests that well and plays like a grinder. Does that make sense, Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, and maybe that is because, and I don't want to throw any shots towards Missouri high school football's way, but I would maybe say that maybe he is just kind of able to grunt his way through a high school career, look like the best player, while also testing really well. Maybe, and that to me maybe says there's still some refinement that can happen. And when we do get everything refined, maybe you do start seeing everything come together. It's like, oh, well, this is why it's the number one player in the country.
Yeah, I don't know how much bigger, faster, stronger this football player is going to get. I mean, shit, what's he going to turn into, 6'10"? I mean, I don't know how much bigger, faster, stronger this athlete's going to get. He's been grinded out, lifts really, really heavy. I mean, dad is huge, right? So I don't know how much bigger, stronger, faster he's going to get, but you're right. We can definitely coach him up better. We can get him into more athletic movements. We can work on his movement patterns. We can do those types of things during his college career. All right, so if they were to ultimately land Jackson Cantwell, which right now, if y'all make me put one of them sliding scale majiggy things on Jackson Cantwell, I'm gonna slide it to about 69% confident that he's going to the University of Georgia. All right, with Miami being close second. Oregon, I don't know what – Oregon's going to have to fight from behind now. I would imagine no different than the way Oregon got into the mix with Ryder Lyons. If you're in the mix for Emmanuel Iheanacho right now, I'd be scared. I'd be terrified to death because Oregon's out here swimming in the sharks with blood in the water. So there's that. But in terms of what this would mean for Georgia, obviously you get a 5-star offensive tackle into the room. But at that position moving forward in 2026, I think it's great that Graham Houston's already in the room because – that's kind of the mold of what you're going to have to go through the rest of this class. I think you're going to have to go what we call bargain shopping. What's that meme of Kirby Smart? We got the thrifty meme. Yeah. I think you're going to have a thrifty Kirby Smart in the offensive line room. A name to note, Alexander Brewer, offensive lineman from Sequoia High School here in state. I think you see them go bargain shopping inside the state in a class that's not great here in Georgia in 2026. But, man, in 2027 and 2028, are they going to load the hell up inside the state?
Yeah, and I think that, people have their issues with Stacey Searles, but I think you have to also commend what he's been able to do to the Georgia's offensive line room over the past couple of years. We've talked about how a previous coach didn't exactly hit the nail on the head when it came to the recruiting show in his closing moments at the University of Georgia, but Stacey Searles has gotten Daniel Calhoun into the room. He just got Juan Gaston on the roster as well, along with guys like Donnie Glover. So kind of stocking that room back up, and then you're going to add in Cantwell as well. That kind of shifts the future of the room to where you have guys in multiple spots now to where you're building a holistic offensive line that is built for success.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I'll bring the numbers to it. You were 2 for 9. You were 2 for 9 in the, 2021 to 2023 signing class before Stacey Searles got their 2 playable football players out of those 3 classes that have played meaningful snaps for you. One, Ernest Green, the other, Mike Bobo. You missed on – we'll find out on Bo Hewley this year, so that might go up to 3 for 9. But we can't be hitting 33% of the athletes that we sign at the University of Georgia on the offensive line. That's not going to cut it. I think you're right. I mean, Stacey Searles has loaded up the big bodies in this room. They've got a plethora of playable 6'6" plus, 310-pound plus athletes inside that room. Jonathan, should we take a look at the film right quick?
I would like to.
We've watched it a couple of times, but if you're new to the network, this is what we do best. Let's shut up. Let's grind the tape. All right, man. It's a good time to be here on the Film Guy Network. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit it. And we got a couple of rules around here. If you learn anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. If you have any fun today at all, you got to subscribe and go ahead and hit the alerts on that as well. Make sure you're checking out all of our live streams Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday during the off season. You're going to see an echo of the whistle with this football player, man. You're going to have to call this guy off. I talked about it last night with Graham Houston, and I think it's awesome that you're signing a multitude of these guys, right? This is the type of football player, when you walk out to practice, you're going to have to tell whoever's on the whistle that day, hey, I need that thing extra loud. I need that thing blown 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, because if not, Cantwell might put a kid in the water cooler, all right? And we need our scout team today, because little Timmy, about 190 pounds on that backup scout team out there in Missouri, all right? Forward lean is immaculate in this football player. Like I told you, he going to play through the echo of the whistle. What you don't see a ton of on the high school tape, Jonathan, is the kick slide, okay? It's a lot of run tape here for Cantwell, and this is what you're going to get. This is why I think this is a right tackle projection to me, and I don't want that to sound like a negative, okay? Having a dominant right tackle does tremendous things for your run game, particularly if you are play action based or you have a plethora of right-handed quarterbacks. Okay, all my right-handed quarterbacks, I want them moving to their left, rolling to their right. Okay, so that means my right tackle's got to be really, really strong at the point. I think I said that backwards. You get the point. Got to have a strong right tackle if we're going to be a heavy play-action run football team. There's some athleticism. All right, there's some athleticism.
Yeah.
That was some big man twitch right there, getting out of your stance.
Yeah, it was.
That was some real big man twitch right there. Woo! Those 3 steps right there. See, Ben Cleveland had this body type. You ever seen Ben Cleveland walk around?
Yeah.
Ben Cleveland got one of them. Big old belly sitting out on him. But it's not fat. The dude's got like 12% body fat. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. This guy doesn't have that. This guy's got tackle body. All right, he stands like a tackle. He's built like a tackle. He's got the hips and the ass of a tackle. I like this rep too as well, Jonathan. We play with low pad level here and don't fall over. Watch this on this next level, or this next rep. All right, we're playing high right here in our stance, this high, 2-point offensive tackle stance. Watch us get low to the hip of this 3 technique right here, Jonathan. Watch, boom, all right? We get low. Most kids going to fall over at this point. Watch us continue to run our feet, get up to the second level, all right? That's showing us that we got good core stability as well. We're not going to fall over our toes when we're accidentally nose over toes. You see the hand shock right there. There's 485 on the bench press. This is the rep we just watched. Watch this next rep. This is where the 485 on that bench press shows up, okay? This is where it shows up. Watch this right here. Watch him throw this 3-tech. Boom. All the way over here into the gap, onto the next level. And what I love about this, Jonathan, we're technically sound here. We're right down the midline of this linebacker. Our head's on the inside here. If I had to venture to guess, I bet he works to get his head back on the outside because we're running counter back this way. We all see that? All right, let's see if he gets his head back inside. Yep. All right, see him. I mean, this is what you look for, okay? This is the stuff that we want to see in terms of, is he clean? Oh, yeah, he's clean. He's technically sound. Does he play hard? Yeah, he does. Oh, shit, coach, he's 6'7", 335, runs 5 flat. Bench press 45. We're all signed in on that one, right? We're all checked out on that one. Appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. Bye.